Creating wealth starts with knowing how to handle money. I'm Anthony Peluso, founder of Wealth for Life. I've built my own multi-million-dollar property portfolio and helped thousands of Australians achieve their financial goals. I get asked hundreds of questions, and here are my answers. Ask Anthony. The one thing scarier than debt. I'm going to talk to you today about a topic that all of us have some sort of relationship with, and that is debt. Okay? Debt. D-E-B-T. No matter what country you're from, debt is debt. Now, if you're like me, poor you, if you're like me, you were probably raised to have this belief that debt is bad. Okay? I remember growing up, and my parents ingrained in me that debt is no good, right? Don't get into debt, don't borrow money from the bank, and if you've got to borrow money, pay it off as fast as you can. And I saw my parents work their backside off paying every single mortgage they ever have in record time. You know, they made a lot of sacrifices to do that. And the only debt that they really ever got into was debt to buy their own home. Now, no matter what background you're from or what upbringing you have, unless you come from an entrepreneurial background or your parents were some very successful business owners, investors, or entrepreneurs of such, you probably wouldn't have been exposed to a lot of debt. Okay, and you probably got this belief ingrained in you that debt is bad. But guys, this is what I'm going to tell you. Okay. You've got to get your head around debt. If you're looking to create wealth, right, you need to get into debt. You need to get into good debt. Now, every time I talk to a client of ours who hasn't been exposed to a lot of wealth or investment, the one thing that always comes up is debt. Okay, I don't like debt and I'm scared of debt. Now, they really have no basis or there's no basis for them to come to that conclusion, okay? All they're doing is mimicking their father or their mother, okay? What they heard, what they saw, what they observed, what they witnessed growing up, okay? They're just automatic robots saying exactly the same thing their parents said, because they really haven't done the maths or the calculations or the rationale to understand either whether actually debt is actually good or bad for you. Okay, so they just spew up this idea, this notion that debt is bad, but really have no basis for it, okay? $300,000 in 14 months. $200,000 passive income for the rest of your life when you stop working. $200,000 in capital growth over a 2-year period. These are some of the results that our clients have achieved over the last 12 months. We're going to be running some special events in a town, in a city near you over the coming weeks called an Evening with Wealth for Life. Get in the market right now and take advantage of the ride that's about to take place. Go onto our website or call us on 1300 793877 and make a time to book in and come to one of these events. There is bad debt, absolutely, okay? And if you watch some of my earlier episodes, I talk about this, right? So you want to stay away from household or what I call consumer debt, right? Bad debt. Things like debts on cars and items that go down, you know, household goods, furniture, items that go down in value, okay? Stay away from debt like that, okay? But you want to get as much debt as possible on items that appreciate in value, okay? Because the difference between the debt you own or the debt you owe and the value of the asset that the debt is connected to is the equity, the net worth, which is you, okay, which is actually the wealth that you create. So you're going to have two things in life. You're going to have the pain of discipline, the discipline that you put in right now, and yeah, it can be painful, or the pain of regret later on, okay, what you didn't do today. Now, for a lot of you guys out there, you need to get into debt, and you need to get into debt really, really fast, okay, because you're going through life right now asleep, okay? And you're going to find out when it's too late that you don't have enough to retire on, okay? We're a society right now where anything that's on TV or anything that people have on the weekends or anything on social media has become more important than financial well-being. The fact of the matter is most Australians actually cannot confront their finances, okay? They don't talk about it with their partners. They certainly don't write it down. They don't talk about their financial goals. It's something they don't want to confront, not with themselves and not with their partners. Well, you know what, guys? At some point, I don't care who you are, where you're from, you're going to have to confront your finances, okay? Now, if debt is not something that you're prepared to have a conversation about or something that you're prepared to look at right now, you better pray to God that you get an amazing inheritance, or you better pray to God that you tick those 6 numbers playing Powerball or Tats Lotto on a Saturday night, because that's about the only hope you've got of retiring well off, okay? So, yeah, can debt be scary? Sure, it can be, depending on who you are and how you view it. But you want to know what's even scarier than debt? And that's regret. Knowing that at the age of 60, 62, 65, that you don't have enough. You're going to have more life than you have money. You're going to run out of money. At that point in life, there's very little you can do about it, okay? At that point in time, you've gotten to the point where you have no choices, okay? Other than some extraordinary circumstances that come your way, you're either going to have to live off whatever the government hands you, right? Or you're going to have to continue to work, okay? And the average life expectancy is 85 for most. So if you stop working at 65 and you're only going to live till 85, you've got 20 years. You better know right now how you're going to fund your lifestyle. I just came from a meeting with a client right now who's looking to stop working at 65, and he's done the maths, and you know, albeit he started very, very late in his investment journey, but we're sitting down together now to work out an exit strategy for him and see whether it's going to be viable for him to stop working next year, and how good his decisions or his timing has been when it comes to investing. So, and you know, I was with a client last night whose name shall remain anonymous. No, seriously. And they were actually paralyzed when I asked them, guys, when you stop working in 7 years' time, where is the money going to come from? I'm amazed at how few people know the answer to that question. And these guys were just sitting there, dumbfounded, clueless, without a sound. Number 1, you want to know how to pay off the mortgage on your home in the fastest possible way. How about understanding and learning how you can become debt-free forever? Imagine paying less tax and having more money going to your pay packet every fortnight. What about securing your financial future in your retirement so you never have to worry and stress about money ever again? These are the things that we go through with you in a one-on-one consultation. Some of the results that we've achieved for our clients by sitting down with us one-on-one, we had one couple who created $300,000 in 14 months. We had another gentleman who's gone on to amass a fortune in real estate that's going to pay him $200,000 per annum for the rest of his life when he stops working. These are just some of the things that come out by sitting down with our advisors in a one-on-one consultation. Get your goal planning and you get your financial planning and your goal setting right in 2019. Take advantage of the tremendous opportunities that exist in the Australian property market right now. Call 1300 793 877 or visit wealthforlife.com.au and book an appointment in with one of our investment advisors to get your money right in 2019. You've got to confront this, guys, because if you refuse to confront it now, you're going to have no choice but confront it later on, okay? Your employer taps you on the shoulder, you get to that retirement age where the employer, let's face it, will probably want to move you on because at that point you become a liability, right? And then you start doing your calculations, you look at what's inside your superannuation, you look at what you have in savings, you look at what your payout's going to be. Then you calculate how much you spend per week, per month, per annum. Then you look at how long you're going to live for, all the nice things that you'd like to do that you can no longer do. And you start to justify why you're not where you want to be, okay? You haven't taken into account your lifestyle. You haven't taken into account the fact that you're going to have an extra 40 hours a week to spend money, right, than what you have now because you're working. You haven't taken into account the fact that you've probably got family members that are going to depend on you, that are going to rely for your help financially. You haven't taken into account medical expenses and, emergencies that happen as we get older. Our bodies need more maintenance and repair. You haven't taken into account the unplanned activities, what you can't plan for that will show up. And this is where people then find themselves in a hole. And at that point in time, not even a wing and a prayer can help you, okay? So if you think that debt is scary when you're in your 40s, okay, that really comes down to your relationship to debt or your understanding of debt. But, you're not going to accumulate wealth of any type unless you look at a debt strategy, okay? That's borrowing money to invest in things like the stock market, the share market, real estate, businesses. You have to get into debt, okay? We call it leverage, okay? The ability to get a small amount of money to move a big amount of money, okay? And then use it to create our wealth, okay? So you're going to have to get over the fact, guys, that you're going to have to get into debt if you want to create wealth. And if debt scares you now, I promise you, it is nothing compared to how scared you're going to be when you get to that retirement age and for the first time in your life, you've calculated and you've realized that you don't have enough. You can cry, you can panic, you can call Ghostbusters, you can call whoever you want, really, okay? The reality is at that point in life, there's very few people that can help you, okay? In fact, the only people that probably will help you is anyone that's going to get into some sort of scam and promise you a big return on your money, okay? Wealth should be created slowly, safely, and in a secure manner. But in order to do that, you need to start as early as possible, okay? Because you don't want to have to take the risks that a lot of people take when they leave it too late, okay? When you leave wealth creation or investment strategy too late, your money has to work harder for you because it doesn't have the time that it should normally have to give you a safe and secure outcome. Okay, so your money then has to work much harder. Your time in the market is much, much less. And then you're making decisions based on fear, based on panic. Okay, and very rarely are they the right decisions. Okay, so confront your relationship with debt. Come in and have a chat to us here. Okay, not all debt is bad, irrespective of what you were told growing up, irrespective of that automatic voice that goes through your head. I don't like debt. I don't like debt. You don't even know why you don't like debt. You don't even know what debt is. You don't even know how to attract it. You don't even know how to get it. You just say to yourself, I don't like debt. All you're doing is repeating what your parents told you when you were growing up. Okay? And and the greatest respect to your family and your parents, but look at where your parents are right now. Okay? That'll give you an indication of whether that strategy or that mindset was actually a successful one. Okay? So debt is good. If you take on the right amount of debt, debt will help you create wealth, okay? Debt will help you amass massive amounts of wealth if you know how to use debt correctly, okay? So give us a call here at Wealth for Life, 1300 793 877. We will get you into debt, absolutely. But more importantly, part of what we do here is we get you debt-free. Debt-free with a whole bunch of assets left behind that you control, that cash flow you, the desired income that you need to fund a good quality of life when you stop working. Okay? wealthforlife.com.au. Give us a call on 1300 793 877 if you're in Australia. We'd love to have a conversation with you and look at how we can get your money right for you in 2019 and beyond. Because you know what? The markets right now, depending on what market you're looking at, real estate market, the share market, there's some amazing opportunities. I know I keep saying that, but the reality is that there actually is. If you know where to look, and trust me, we don't look where most people look, right? But if you know where to look, there's some amazing buying opportunities that you can take advantage of. And with interest rates being where they are, there's not a lot you need to, there's not a lot that's going to harm you, and there's not a lot that's going to impact your lifestyle. You still got to be, you've got to do it in a very, very, responsible way, and, don't just go rushing out there and buying anything because interest rates are cheap, right? Which some people still do. Be very smart about it, okay? Make sure you stack the odds in your favour, put lots of buffers in place. Make sure that no matter what happens to the economy, you're protected, okay? And we have some amazing risk management strategies. We handle a lot of the what ifs, right? What if the market crashes? I get tired of answering that one, by the way, guys. No, we're not going into a recession. Don't believe the bullshit that you see out there. People just don't understand the greater economy in Australia. They look at one sector of our country. Yeah, unemployment is a little bit high right now, which is scary. But there are things being put in place right now, and every 3 years I hear Australia's going into recession. Okay, and all that's doing is basically putting you into fear. Where you keep your hands on your backside, you do nothing, whilst the smart people take advantage of all the opportunities that people like yourselves allow them to do. So come in and have a chat to us, right? Or worst thing that can happen is you walk away with a whole bunch of information that you can use to better your life, to better the quality of your life. All right. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you next week.